tell you something. A lot of people will be scared here. A lot of people will be scared, and I'll name them. I'll name them.
Two hours later. So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
Disclaimer, this video is not going to be bashing anybody. No names will be said. And it's not really anything besides my experience. So please bear with me because it's my first video. But basically, a lot of you guys know, people who follow me especially, I had these dreams of modeling. So basically, this all started maybe like a year ago. I don't know the exact dates, but you know, I really wanted to model. So I started to change up my look, you know, get my Instagram together and things like that. And I was like, I'm really gonna do this. So I emailed a bunch of modeling agencies because I had already done like a shoot for pictures, because you have to email pictures, things like that. So I already had that part figured out. So once I did that, basically, you know, companies will either email you back or they won't. So sorry guys, I'm just manipulating the lighting a bit. But yeah, so this company emailed me back and I was like, wow, like somebody emailed me back really quick, which is not like abnormal or anything, but I was just super excited. So they emailed me and they were like, hey, you know, we want you to come in, because, you know, obviously they want to see, you know, what you look like in person. They want you to, you know, just pretty much interview. So I was like, oh my God, this is perfect. This is like a company that was really on like my #1 type list, like up there. Like I really wanted to model for them. So of course I was super happy, could not wait. I was like freaking out. So anyways, fast forward, I go down there and then I walk in. It's like, I kind of felt like I wasn't, you know, the email wasn't specific with how I was supposed to come. I guess they assume you should already know. So I want to say I had on too much makeup and I have white toes. So, you know, the girl, she comes up to me. She's like, oh my God, you know, you're beautiful. I love your look. I couldn't wait to have you come in. And that, you know, that was pretty, like, you know, good to hear. So anyways, you know, she's kind of like looking you up and down. And by the way, this is normal. So it's not like I'm trying to say like, oh, they were judgy or nothing, because that's literally what you're hired for, your looks. So of course they're going to be kind of nitpicky, but I wasn't told what to, you know, not wear and what to wear. So I kind of came how I was in a way. So that was like the number one. That was like the #1 thing I did wrong. So anyways, and that was fine. They understand, whatever, you're off the street kind of, so they get that you're not going to know everything, but still, I didn't like that. But, you know, she kind of was like, okay, you know, you have a little acne, whatever, get that corrected, take some of that makeup off, and then come back. So this place is in Miami, so it's kind of far from where I live, and it's like, okay, whatever. But I was still just happy to be given the opportunity. So let's fast forward to the second trip. So the second trip, I go up there. You know, I will make a separate video of like the procedures, because it's too much for right now. But, you know, we go through the whole thing. We run through everything. And I came prepared that time. You know, not much makeup, minimal makeup, my real natural hair. And, you know, neutral colored toes, whatever. So, that time went good, and they said they were gonna, you know, communicate with me, and I guess email me and let me know, you know, if you're gonna get signed or not. So I was like, and it's pretty much like an audition in a way, so you walk away not knowing how you did. You just have to like wait. So I was freaking out, as you can imagine. And they gave me like a time span, I think, of like, you know, a week or two. And you know that was not the case. it took them like, maybe a month, like literally a month, and that's with me checking back in. So, and I don't really like to do that because, you know, you do want to wait and give them time to like make the decision on their own. You don't really want to put too much pressure because they are busy. It was summertime in Miami, so it's like, you know, it's swim week, and swim week is a huge deal for modeling, and you know, so I wasn't really too pressed about the time it took, because eventually I did hear back, and it was an email, no, it was a call, I don't remember, but I just remember being told, hey, we know we like you and we want to sign you, so we want you to come back, we want to sign you, we want to, you know, have you on our team. And they were saying, you know, we need you to come back in. That's a different procedure, but they wanted me to, you know, come in, sign. And she also was like, okay, you need to lose like a little bit around your hips and stuff, but that's a different story. But yeah, I was just, when I got that notification, I was ecstatic. Like, could not contain myself. I was so happy. And honestly, that's when, fast forward to when I actually signed. That day was great. It felt weird. I just felt weird. I don't know. Cause it's just like, I can't, like, this is happening like really fast. But it was happening and I was like, okay, just going with the flow. So, went through the procedures, got signed. When I sat down, like, it was kind of like, okay, here's your contract. Here. Come meet everybody, say hi, okay, sign. Sat down at a little table and just kind of like briefly went through it. Don't do that, guys. But I kind of like just went through it and signed. And that's not the part I had a problem with anyway. So, it's not an issue. Nothing bad happened, but it was like, it happened. So I was signed. The contract was then signed. Did a little bit more, as far as like, you know, people who know what it's like, you know, you have to take some more pictures, whatever. So that part was done. I went home, posted on Instagram. I'm like, oh my God. Like, you know, not trying to stunt, but just trying to show people, like, if you really want something and you believe in yourself, like, nothing is gonna stop you. And that's still true, you know what I'm saying? It's not like, oh, whatever, gave up hope. Like, no, that's still the vibe. But yeah, that day just felt super weird, I guess, because when I get super happy, it's like I know something's about to come. So yeah, just signed. Now here's the interesting part. This is when things start to get exactly what I thought they were gonna become. I'm really just skipping around this story because it's just so long and I'm trying to bring it in. But this is the thing. When you get signed, okay, first of all, it had been maybe, let's say, fast forward 2 weeks after I got signed. Mind you, I follow this company on Instagram at that time. So usually when you get a new team member, they usually post you and they usually say, hey, welcome to the team, and they post something called digitals. Now, digitals are pictures that you took at your agency, usually, you know, when you go to visit and things like that. So I realized that I had not been posted nor followed, acknowledged in any way, shape, or form by anybody. So I was like, So I'm like, okay, what? But I'm not the type to like beg or be like, oh my God, why? Because it's not like I paid to be a part of the company. So if they didn't want to post me for any reason, listen, I have no problem with that. But it was just weird to me. So I was like, okay, whatever. I was just like, I'm going to let it go, whatever. No, I'm not going to let myself get beat up about it. So now fast forward another week, like, it's so much gaps in time because nothing was happening. So it was just weeks, probably about another 2 weeks and still nothing. So I'm like, okay, so I reach out to them and I'm like, hello, what's going on with my progress? I haven't even started my portfolio, and it's been almost like a month and I've been signed. So it take forever to reply to that, and it's like, okay. So I get a reply. They're like, oh my God, please, you know, it's swim week. Just please give us some time. We're still trying to work things out and finish and finalize some things for swim week. And we're also going to be setting up a shoot. Here you go. And they kind of just like threw some photographer names at me, and they were kind of like take it upon yourself to like, in a way, to like get it done. And that's portfolio. That's how they work, okay? We know that. So set up some test shoots, whatever. We're gonna reach out. Here you go. You know, and I was kind of like, okay. So that, I don't know, just doing things on my own when I'm signed felt weird, but I was like, whatever, I'm gonna do it. So I don't remember how I got in contact with these photographers. It definitely wasn't like, I don't know, but I just remember my first shoot, which it went great. You know, the photographer was nice.
Guys, I really don't know why I keep saying photographer. Please forgive me. It's super embarrassing, okay?
It really has nothing to do with the agency. The first shoot went great. Whatever. It was like, I want to say that one was on the beach. I don't know. I think that was the first one. So that one went good. You know, I got my pictures, whatever. They were sent to my agency. So after that, it was kind of like another long wait. And I'm like, yo, okay, now, like, it's beyond swim week now. Like, swim week has wrapped. It's done. So, like, I've taken the time to do the shoot with one of the photographers, the test shoot, to build my portfolio. And you got the pictures. There's no feedback or anything available at the moment. Like, it was just taking too long. So I don't even know the space in time between this, but eventually they reached back out and they were like, okay, you know, they're good, but we want more natural, whatever. So they were like, okay, now we need you to shoot a little bit more. We want to get more looks. And, you know, I guess, I don't know if they were like exactly happy with the pictures. I don't know. But, yeah, they sent another photographer's name to me. I set that up. Met with that photographer. That was great. I mean, it took all day, and that's because of, you know, all the different outfits and scenes and things. So I was like, okay, perfect. We'll send these. And they were sent to the agency. So, and just during this whole time, I'm not hearing anything. I'm talking about, like, literally, these people are not dealing with me. Like, like, since the day I got signed, I had not been in that office since. So, I was like, okay. And it's so funny because when I was like, you know what? It's funny because I knew, like, somebody who knew somebody that actually was, like, assigned to that agency at once, and I just remember them telling me, like, oh my God, you know, you have to be careful because they will do that to you. Like, I know somebody that's gone through it, and they kind of like, and this was during a time where I didn't expect this. I'm telling you, I did not expect this, but they were just telling me, they were trying to, like, I guess just trying to let me know, like, if it happens, if they do, like, drop you or ghost you, like, it's happened, like, before, like, especially at the stage that you're at, it's very common to be on the chopping block. So I was kind of, like, nervous about that, but I didn't let it get to me. So, I mean, after those pictures were sent, it had been, I'm talking about, like, guys. So I don't know if I reached out. I don't know how things went. No, actually, one day so I'm waiting to hear back because from that photo shoot. So I get an email one day and it's like, hey, it's from them, and they're like, oh my God, yes, we got all the pictures. They're nice. I think they said something about, like, again, my eyelashes or something because I had on fake eyelashes. So they were talking about that in the email, but they were saying, you know, this is normal. It's so normal for us to, like, have a long delay when we're building portfolios. It's normal. Mind you, it's not normal because I should be on the page already. Still am not on Instagram. And, like, I'm still in the portfolio stage, and it's been months. So they were trying to convince me it's normal, whatever. it's gonna happen. So I get the email, I respond to the email, and I'm just like, okay, I understand. And you know, I am very understanding, and I really am. Like, I am very understanding. I'm not aggressive person. I'm not at all. Like, you can get away, and it's sad, you can get away with a lot with me because of how, like, I'm so a hindsight 2020, but when it's in the moment, like, I never catch on to things. I swear, it's the worst. But I'm like, okay, like, you know, I've never done this. I understand. Like, I'm sure you guys are busy. It is a pretty big agency. Like, it's not a boutique agency, which is another problem that I probably should have started at a boutique agency, which, like I said, that's a different video. But I just really felt like I genuinely was going to become, like, have something out of it. So, moral of the story, so from that time, and yeah, that was like a year ago. So, and I'm pretty much, when I say fast forward, I'm pretty much fast forwarding to right now, today, in this present moment. So basically, like, after that email and after those pictures, pretty much I got the message, like, you're not. Like, you're not. And that's so funny. But it's like, it was really an experience. It's really a learning experience, and the lesson in it is just like, I don't really know what the lesson is, but I didn't really care, honestly. And I feel like whoever you believe in, God, the universe, like, they know. Like, they know. And honestly, walking in, and that's like the point I was trying to make from the jump. Like, when I walked in, I said it felt weird, because it did. It didn't feel like me. And when I say by that, it's just like the vibe, like, it's just something about it I couldn't get with, and that's why I really kept making that emphasis in the video, because I just really wanted you guys to understand, like, when the universe, God, whoever you believe in, when they know that, like, your spirit is, like, you think your mind is there, but your spirit is, like, not with something, or you feel like in your gut, like, something, like, you're not with it, like, it doesn't make that happen for you. Like, you know, like, the fact that I didn't walk in and walk out feeling like normal. I felt weird, and it wasn't even nervous. I was not nervous at all. I'm not nervous to stand up in front of people, talk, model, show off. I'm not nervous, but it was just like the vibe, like the other people, the way the office was, just the other girls, like, just like that vibe. I felt it in my soul, and that's why I'm so happy about it. Now I'm so, like, happy about it, that it happened. I'm happy that I was able to grab the attention of a large agency and get signed quickly. But, like, I'm also happy that it didn't all the way go for me, because I don't know how I would have made that work. And looking back, and, like, I'm not even trying to be like, oh, it's just, you're just saying that because it didn't happen for you. Like, genuinely, I feel like I don't know how I would have made that work. The lifestyle I would have to change, like, just the environment, the travel, like, things like that. And just like I said, it just doesn't really align with my spirit. So I feel like it was just something that I was made to experience, like, getting, but not really living through it. And I'm okay with that, because I genuinely don't think I would have been able to stick that out. And just the way that the world's going now, like with Instagram anyway, it's like, it kind of would have been a conflict. There's no big fight. Like, I know some people might have thought, like, oh, it's going to be a huge fight. Like, I'm not that kind of person. I don't bring the drama, and I don't care to be around it. It really is just to show, like, people, because I know people who follow me on Instagram, like, the day it happened, I made a post about it, and I'm not embarrassed. Like, people might think, oh, that's embarrassing. I took the post down, obviously, because it's not my life anymore. So I removed the post, but it's like, I don't mind, because people ask me all the time. They want to know, like, what happened, whether they're being petty or not. They want to know, and I don't have any issue sharing with you guys. Like, you know, some things just don't work out, and that's fine, and it happens to me. Don't look at me and think, you know, oh, her life has to be amazing, especially after that post. Like, I like to share when I succeed, but I will gladly share with you guys when I fail. That's it, because that's how real life is. You fail, you know, you do things and you don't always succeed. This video is really important to me, though, because I need that to be addressed, just so that we can move on past that. And, like, it's like something that hopefully my family watches it, you know, like, because I just need it to be addressed, because I want to move away from that, and I want to rebrand myself and just like get that out the way. Like, that's not me. I don't want that anymore. That's not my life, you know. And things happen, and just to show you guys, like, and I went through that and nobody knew, because it's not really something that you take to heart, you know, especially something as vain as modeling. Like, guys, modeling is based off of your looks, okay? They are going to tell you it's based off of your personality, and it is, but it's looks. Like, something that vain cannot affect me, because it's not. Don't jump in my comments saying, oh, you're trying to take credit from models. Listen, modeling is hard. That's why I couldn't do it. It wasn't even about looking good. It's about, you have to keep up with a lot, and you have to do a lot. I'm not taking away from models, but I'm also not going to sit here and tell somebody like that might feel like they could never even get signed that it's a big deal, because it's not a big deal. Because at the end of the day, when you start to look old, or you get big, or you get pregnant and things like that, they will give you the boot. It don't matter how hard you work. It doesn't matter. None of that matters, because at the end of the day, it's not about much besides what you look like. Is it a hard job? Yes, it's harder than most jobs, but it's like, don't feel bad about it. You know what I'm saying? Be smart. Don't be so vain like that, you know, to let something like that make you feel bad, because it didn't make me feel bad. It just showed me like some things just I can't do, and I'm glad that they don't work. And that's not to say that I will never model for anybody, because that's not true. I just would prefer probably to just do it off of my Instagram, like reach out to me and do something like that, because I find it more efficient anyway. Like, that's another thing. The modeling industry is just, it's taking a huge hit with all this Instagram stuff, because it's like, if a brand really wants you, they will reach out to you on your Instagram. That is your portfolio, you know what I'm saying? So it's not all the way like modeling. There's different sectors, obviously, but for the most part, for me, I'll stick to Instagram. My next goal, though, is acting. So you gonna see your girl on Netflix soon. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully I can keep up with this video thing, and follow me on Instagram at Savannah M. Tomlinson. That's like my only social media. Okay, so I realized I didn't really like record or finish recording my ending. So basically, I was just saying, follow me on Instagram at Savannah M. Tomlinson. That's really like my only social media. I know I'm so crazy. And love you guys. Bye. Like, share, subscribe.